Hello everyone, I am VD Sakre, working as an assistant professor in a civil engineering department of a DKT's Textile and Engineering Institute. For the TY BTech Civil Engineering program, I am teaching Transportation Engineering subject. So before we are going to start the first lecture, first of all, I will introduce the syllabus of it. In the Transportation Engineering subject, having a code CL305, which having a SE1 and SE2 examination, each having a 25 marks, as well as semester end examination having a 50 marks. So on completion of this transportation engineering course, students will be able to design features such as a super elevation, side distance section of a road in a cutting and filling, design flexible and rigid pavements as per IRC, carry out quality control for WBM, BBM and concrete pavements. Students can able to design and plan airport, runways, terminal buildings, hangars and aprons. Also, on completion of this course, students will be able to plan different methods of tunneling in a soft and hard rocks, plan and layout for docks and ports. So there are total 6 topics involved in that. Unit number 1, that is topic number 1, is dealing with the highway planning, classification of roads, different kind of the geometrical parameters involved in that. In a topic number 2, dealing with the pavement materials. Topic 3 is dealing with the traffic engineering. Topic number 4 is dealing with the airport engineering. Topic 5 contain docks and harbor engineering, and last topic is dealing with the tunnel engineering. Then which having a lab, transportation engineering course having a lab which having a code CEP308, which having a continuous internal evaluation having a 50 marks, as well as semester end evaluation having a 50 marks. It means this course having a external oral examination is there. So in this particular course, we having a different kind of the experiments related with the aggregates as well as the testing of the bitumen. Related with the aggregates, having aggregate impact value, Los Angeles abrasion test, crushing test of aggregate, and related with the bitumen penetration, softening point, flash and fire point test, ductility test, viscosity of the bitumen and stripping value of the bitumen. This will check in this particular experiments. Also, at least one assignments based on each unit, including the design problem. So in this particular lecture, today we are going to learn historical road development and highway planning in India. So before we are going to start, we'll see the different chronological order or the historical road development in India. From the Roman roads, Presgate construction, Metcalfe construction, Telford construction and Macadam construction. So before we are going to start this, first of all, we can watch this video so we'll able to understand that the history of the transportation.
Have you ever tried to know how people used to travel in the past? Long ago, people did not have any means of transport. They used to move only on foot and carry goods either on their back or using animals. Their journey was long and tiring. One day, they were surprised to see a circular piece of wood moving by itself. After several days of thinking and imagining, they invented the wheel. Logs with hollow cavity were used for transport along water routes. Eventually, we started inventing things that made our life easier. Until the beginning of the 19th century, people still depended on animal power to transport them from place to place. Until James Watt invented the steam engine and brought a revolution in transportation. It gave us a new source of power. Steam engines powered the ships and rail locomotives to increase the efficiency of their operation. After several attempts and failure to achieve the goal of flying in the sky, in 1903, Wright brothers successfully invented and flew the first airplane. We have come across a lot of innovation and development in transportation. The common means of transport are bikes, cars and buses, metro, train, airplane. We are now traveling in space.
I hope you enjoy this video. Now we can see the Roman roads. What is the structure of the Roman road? They are well built, straight regardless of gradients. They were built after the soft soil was removed and hard morum was reached. Total thickness of these Roman roads are 0.75 to 1.2 meter at some places. Bottom layer thickness which is of 10 to 20 centimeter, which is made up of the large foundation stones with lime mortar. Second layer of the which is made up of lime concrete, which is of 25 to 40 centimeter and which contains the large size broken stones mixed in a lime mortar. Lime concrete layer after that which laid that is of 25 to 40 centimeter, and the final coat that we can call as a wearing course that is of 10 to 15 centimeter, which is of dressed large stone blocks set in a lime mortar provided at the top. Here you may see the Roman road cross section. The foundation soil, which is of the base on which the road was built, was compressed to be compact and to avoid the structural settlement and then covered with the sand or mortar. After that, the statumen, these are all are Roman words. A layer consisting of a crushed rock, minimum granularity of 5 centimeter. The thickness of this layer ranged from 25 to 60 centimeter is laid. This is, you may see the statumen. This one. Reduce a 20 centimeter thick layer consisting of a crushed rock 5 centimeter in diameter in a cement mortar. Nucleus, a concrete base layer made up of a cement, sand and gravel which having a thickness of 30 centimeter thickness, and the final which is of summum dorsum, the final layer consisting of a large 15 centimeter thick of a rock blocks. This is the Roman road cross section. You may see here the first coat which is of compacted layer of a sand. After that, the slabs of a stone in a cement, then crushed stone in a cement, then dressed stone blocks are laid. Typical road width which is of the Roman road is 5.5 to 6 meters, that is of 18 to 20 feet cross section. The side drains are also provided for the draining of water. After that, the Tresgat road cross section was developed. So Pierre Tresgat developed the improved method of construction in France by the year 1964 AD. Subgrade was prepared and large stones layer laid on the edge by hand. In this particular tres guide cross section, corners of heavy foundations are hammered and interstices filled with the smaller stones. Broken stones packed to thickness of 8 centimeter and compacted. Top wearing cores of smaller stones of thickness 5 centimeter get compacted at the edges and they are gradually increased toward the center of cross section, which having a provision of a slope 1 in 45 to the surface to provide surface drainage. Here you may see the cross section of a Tresgat road. The final layer you may see here the large foundation stones on an edge of 17 centimeter thickness. This is the first layer. Above in this one, broken stones which having a 8 centimeter thickness. Tresgat road cross section maintain 2.7 meter cross section which having a sloping wearing surface 5 centimeter thick. Here you may see the shoulder slope is provided, that is of 1:20, and the side drain is also provided. After that, the Metcalfe construction was developed. In this, John Metcalfe was engaged on a road construction works in the England. Metcalfe construct of about 290 km of a road in the northern region of England. After that, the Telford Road construction was developed. In this, Thomas Telford, father of Institution of Engineers at London, he has put forth the theory regarding about the Telford Road cross section. In this particular cross section, a level subgrade was prepared to design width of 9 meter. It contains large foundation stones, thickness of 17 to 22 centimeter were laid with the hand with their largest face down so as to be laid in a stable position. Also 17 centimeter stones provided at the edges and heavy stones of 22 centimeter provided at the center. Then the central portion of about 5.5 meter width was covered with the two layers which having an angular broken stones to be compacted thickness 10 and 5 centimeter. This is you may see the Telford cross section. First layer that is of stones having 100 mm wide and 175 to 75 mm in depth. Broken stones and gravels laid on it. Minimum cross fall of 100 mm on a 10 meter road. The final coat of 40 mm gravel. It means it contains the two layers as I said 100 mm and 50 mm of stones. 60 mm maximum size is maintained for the Telford road cross section construction. Finally, the macadam construction. This is a British era construction. The macadam roads, which is divided into basically in the two categories: water-bound macadam roads and the bitumen macadam roads. In the water-bound macadam roads, soil is used with the water as a binding material, and after that the bitumen macadam roads are developed. In this, the importance of the subgrade draining and compaction was recognized and cross slope of 1 in 36 was proposed from subgrade level itself. Actually, this is the first method based on the scientific thinking. It was realized that stresses due to wheel loads of a traffic gets decreased and the lower layers of the pavement. So therefore, it is not required to provide large boulder and stones or soiling cores at the lower of the pavement. Actually, what happened regarding about the water-bound macadam roads and the bitumen macadam roads? Water-bound macadam roads, which is not convenient for different reasons. For example, in a summer season, what was happened? The dust are formed due to the heavy load of the traffic, so that the bituminous macadam roads get developed, and because of the bitumen which can be worked summer as well as the rainy season by testing in many ways, that is of bitumen, which is feasible in case of the rainy season also, because of its having a stripping fill, because of having a different loading capacity and the ductility, so that the bitumen macadam roads are taken into account from the British era. Here you may see the cross section of the waterbound macadam road. First of all, clay is subgrade. After that, the layer of stones, and it gets filled with the layer of filler material, and the final coat, that is of pavement surface. Shoulders are also provided. At the edges are made up of the bricks, sub-base course consisting of a coarser sand. This is the water-bound macadam road. Now we'll see how the highway planning in India was developed. First of all, Mohenjo-daro and Harappan culture. In that, excavation in the sites of Indus Valley, Mohenjo-daro and Harappan civilization revealed the existence of planned roads in India as old as 2500 to 3500 BC. After that, the Mauryan kings also built very good roads. Ancient books like Arthashastra, written by Kautilya, a great administrator of the Mauryan times, contain rules for the regulation of traffic, depth of roads for various purposes, and punishment for obstructing the traffic. After that, the Mughal period, the roads in India were greatly improved. Roads linking northwest and the eastern areas throughout the Gangetic plains were built during this time. At the beginning of the British rule, many existing roads were improved. The construction of the Grand Trunk Road connecting north and south is a major contribution of the British. So this is the highway planning in India, generation from the Mohenjo-daro and Harappan culture to the British rule. Thank you. Remaining we'll see in the next lecture regarding about the development of the road in India. Thank you.